Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're looking at the Adept Relentless here. We've got Slice or Lone Wolf with either Desperado or Paracausal Affinity. We're going to use Slice today because I think that's what's going to make this weapon the most interesting. So whenever we cast our class ability, this weapon can sever people for a brief duration up to a maximum number of targets, and the way we're going to abuse that is we're going to use Radiant Dance Genes to get our dodge cooldown back on primary kills, so we can kind of keep spamming our invis dodge to keep Slice up more often. And we're also going to pair it with Paracausal Affinity so we get more of a damage boost. We could actually go Desperado too here, so that actually could be pretty strong. And we're going to pair it with the Inquisitor as well. Again, the main idea is just killing people with Relentless, getting our dodges back so we can spam our dodges to get Slice up more often. These 2-burst pulse rifles, these high impact frames, are really strong because again their TTK is 0.67 because you can kill people in 2 bursts. But they are kind of punishing because if you don't land that 2 burst, their time to kill does drop pretty significantly. We're going to use Adept Counterbalance stock because it gives 35 recoil direction, so we're going to go from 65 to maxed out, so that's going to help us make the weapon feel a little bit better. We're just going to pair it with the Inquisitor, and that's really going to be it for the gameplay, guys. Without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright, so we got Midtown here. We can get some longer range angles for our pulse. I know they did kind of nerf the range on these aggressive frame pulses, but it's not like they don't have like good range even still. They're still competing again with like those pulse rifles. I mean, obviously, because I mean it is a pulse rifle, but like 120 hand cannons, it can be around that range, so they're definitely still effective. I've really been liking Slice, especially with how often it's up with the RDM Marksman dodge combo. Makes this thing really nice. Just been a fan of their Relentless so far. So keep on the bottom. I just ran it down. Nice, good play, guys. Oh, and he got shot on the side. We'll smile back to them. Let's go find a gunfight where we can take advantage of the Slice. Let's crouch this. That's 1 HP. Let's dodge and get our Slice. We're taking a lot less damage than those. Get that slug shot. Let's back up a little bit. Keep our Slice up. And again, if they do get in that range, that like uncomfortable range, we can just hip fire. Because we do have RDMs buffing our hipfire accuracy. Didn't have my what's it called? Slug loader right there, but yeah, what I was saying is we can just hipfire, and it's going to be effective because we do have Radiant Dance Machines. Let's chop from the bottom here. Oh yeah, that Paracausal thing. Oh, he got shot on the side. But you do real big damage with that Paracausal Affinity. It makes that 2 burst a lot easier to get. Especially when they do less damage to you because you have Slice up. So this is having a good time so far. Shall see. We do have an invis dodge to proc bad shots there. We could have definitely gotten a little bit more damage on him. So surely one's gotta jump up, right? He's AFK. Click the 2 burst and reload so we can get our Slice. Has 1 HP. Oh, got him weak for our teammate though. And he's severed. Like I actually still got him. Take that for our Paracausal. Let's get our Slice. Oh yeah, I can't beat that. Good shot from our teammate. Let's get our Slice it up again. Let's use the hip fire. Why not, right? We got our RDMs on. Let's get our slice back up. And get paracausal. Let's dodge back for slice. Dodge away. Still have some slice up. No, when he got shot in the back. But yeah, it's crazy how often you can keep that perk up. And it does make a huge difference. I believe, again, if it's you're shooting someone with a hand cannon or in a duel with somebody with a 140 hand cannon, that sever would be take away their ability to 3-tap, and if they're on like a 120, I believe it would take away their ability to head one body. So it's a big deal. Those are radar. Oh yeah, that 2-burst paracausal, awesome. Let's hit him with the hip fire, why not? Let's get out with our spectral. Let's get away, maybe we can shell this guy instead. Still have a dodge to work with. Yeah, I really do like the option to be able to hit fire with RDMs, especially since this thing is a little bit cumbersome up close with its lower handling. Slice that guy. Pretty weak. Slice that guy for our teammate. It's a really good like support weapon too, because you know you shoot someone, make him a little bit weak. It's a little bit extra help for your teammate because they're not gonna be able to do as much damage to your teammates when they're separate. So I'm really kind of liking this. Let's get our dodge up, throw a scatter, throw a smoke. Let's back up a little bit. One of them's gonna lead to our smoke. Someone's down here? No. Imagining something. Oh! I was running into a wall for a second. Oh! Do we not have holsters on? I actually swapped before I died, but... That's what I meant before I died, but... It's happened a couple times where I just forget I don't have a holster on. Let's go slice up. Perfect. Oh, he's sliced. Damn it. Teammate can finish mode. Nice. And we got some amazing aim. I'm not like a big pulse rifle guy, so I don't have like as much practice, but just being able to hit the option or the ability to just be able to 2-burst anybody on command with nothing is also just a huge benefit to these pulses. I know the ease of use is not quite there because, you know, it's slower fire rate. You need to hit literally every single crit to get the 2-burst, but if you hit your shots, the time to kill this thing is basically unmatched. Or, like, really any of the aggressive frames. We can get our paracausal. Finish that guy too. Let's get our slice up. Someone's outside here. Slice is almost out. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that range note definitely showing right there. We almost killed him at 3rd burst, but we kind of missed a couple shots. We do have a dodge, though, to work with, so... Probably not going to use it right away, probably going to use it more reactively when we need to reload like that. So now we have a damage boost and our invis, and we have... Oh no, he's a lightning surge. I should have switched to my shotgun, but I was kind of just trying to show off the hip fire. I by no means have a god roll. Like, I could get better stats on this roll, and I might go for a better roll on the pulse. I gotta sneak up on my invis. Sever him. Hit him with that RDM hipfire. There's one, guys. Nice. That's a super. Oh yeah, that 2-burst. Awesome. back up. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got teamed. Good little spree there, though. This might be my favorite Rite of the Nine weapon, guys. At least for PvP. The sudden death is actually pretty fun in PvE with the trench barrel roll. Oh, the 2-burst was crazy. Although I think we got some help from our teammates, but those 47 damage crits are just monstrous with this thing. That is so much damage in one burst. Good beam right there. Just slice him. That slice right there. Yeah, there's some crazy tech. We don't have a dodge. Oh, Inquisitor. Oh, we don't have it loaded. This Inquisitor doing Inquisitor things is bailing me out right there. It's definitely a fun loadout, though. I'm curious to see, maybe this is better on, like, some other hunter class. I could maybe try this with the Acrobat's dodge to get Radiant as well. That could be pretty crazy. Have a 2 damage boosts and get the damage debuff on people. That could be pretty funny. But yeah, awesome. Plus that would help with the lower handling on the pulse as well, so it may be a good idea to try. We have 46, we'll definitely take that. Alright guys, so the Relentless. Really, really fun roll here. I'm loving the Slice and the Paracausal Affinity combo. Paracausal Affinity makes that 2-burst a lot easier to get. Slice, that damage debuff is pretty noticeable. Again, it has that breakpoint where 140 hand cannons can't 3-tap you. 120 hand cannons can't just 2-head, 1-body you. So again, it just makes it a lot harder for enemies to duel you. Especially when you have this pulse rifle that can, has a really nice TTK at 0.67 who hit your 2-burst, but even at 3 bursts, it's still like an acceptable time to kill. Again, this roll could be a lot better. I think ideally I'd have like Arrowhead Break here to max out the recoil direction or give that +3 recoil direction so I don't have to use Counterbalance. And then obviously Ricochet rounds could have given us a little bit more stability. And then maybe you could just throw on like Adept Range, Stability, or like Ballistics or something. Again, if you don't want to go into the Slice build crafting, I mean, I think that's probably the most fun way to use this because it's, the strand weapon. But again, if you don't want to build into the Slice, you could always go something like Lone Wolf. That would help the gun feel a little bit more consistent with aim assist and ADS speed. A little bit of airborne effectiveness as well. So, really, really solid pulse rifle. Probably my favorite Rite of the Nine weapon, honestly. But that's really about it, guys. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys next time.